Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Jennifer. I'm from New Jersey. I am a Reiki master, intuitive healer. I'm also a licensed massage therapist, a wellness director. I am a heyoka empath. I can quite literally feel people's pain. It's very, very beneficial for me, especially when I'm working on clients. It's funny because they're always like, how do you know where to go? And I don't tell you. And I'm like, oh, it's the intuition. Your body will literally tell me everything that you need. You don't have to say a word. So that's pretty cool. So that's a little bit about me. I'm just organizing the deck as we speak. So I'm going to allow people to keep coming in. Hello, 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 everybody that is coming in. All right, I think we are almost ready. We are almost ready. We got one. Okay. All right, now that the decks are fully organized, let's get going. All right, so we're going to say a quick prayer before we get started because, as always, prayer is the most powerful tool, quite literally. It's a weapon, it's a tool. It can be whatever you want it to be, right? But we are going to utilize this time now to set an intention and a prayer for any and all who are watching now and who do watch in the future, because I will be uploading this video, okay? So take a moment with me, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath. We're going to ground our energy field. We are going to anchor ourselves into the light of the Most High God. We're going to open our hearts now. We are going to allow our ego to leave. We are going to allow ourselves to discern through any energies that are present and prevalent. We ask the fire of the Almighty Creator as well as Archangel Michael to come forward, cut the cords of any and all deceptive energies, entities, figures, beings, attachments, protocols, whatever they want to call themselves. We are clearing them, we are fully releasing them, and we are now going to transmute any energy that they were leeching off of us, right? And we are going to transmute that now into power back for our highest good. Okay, now that we've cleared the entire space, now that we've cleared your field and we've cleared my field, the reading can begin. Okay, all right, so which deck are we using? I heard pink deck first, so we get to use a sparkly pink deck. All right, so Holy Divine Mother, Father God, what messages, that was really fast, do you have coming in? We'll take those, but I just want to see if anything else wants to pop out. Dun, dun. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of you guys went through an upgrade last night. So if you're waking up today feeling a little weird, feeling a little bit different inside of your body, that's because you quite literally went through a massive upgrade last night while you were sleeping. Okay, you could have felt this pressure inside of your head before you went to bed last night. You could have felt like your body feeling a little tired or just weird, right? And that weirdness that you were feeling, this is confirmation for you that yes, you actually went through an energetic upgrade last night. So just be kind to yourself today. Drink more water than you normally would. Be outside as much as possible, okay? Remember to ground yourself. When you ground, you actually allow the energy to go from all the way up here into every single center in your body, and it also expands into your cells and thus into your DNA, which is where it needs to go. So the more you ground, the easier everything gets for you, right? The easier it is for your system to alchemize, transmute, or change the energy, whatever words you want to call it, into that for your highest self and for your highest good, okay? So if you're feeling a little groggy today or feeling like things feel kind of weird, it's because you went through a huge energetic upgrade last night. The energetic upgrade has to do with schmexines, okay? So that was a clearing that happened. Okay. So we're going to continue. We're going to see what else came through. Okay, how are we taking this? This is the first card. Emperor card. Okay. I'm getting chills. We have the Hermit card. Okay. Oh, God. I've got crazy chills. How are we taking this? Upright? Okay. Guys, don't worry. I'm going to explain everything. Okay? So not only do we have the High Priestess coming out, but we also have the Four of Cups. So first and foremost, we need to take note. There are 3 major arcanas out on the board. Oh, thank you. Okay. These 3 major arcanas, and then we have a minor arcana. So what is this telling me? 1, 3, the number of creation. Okay. 3, 6, 9. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but that might be a clue for you. Okay. The number 3 is the number of creation. Also, the fact that it's all higher major arcana, this is telling me this is super divinely guided. Okay. With the Emperor, and then we have the Hermit, and then we have the High Priestess. Okay. So this is quite literally saying, yes, you went through an upgrade because we have the Emperor. The Hermit card, something you did not see, and the High Priestess has to do with internal systems, okay? So there was something that was illuminated for you last night, and there's something that's also going to be continued to be illuminated to you about a male figure. Now, this masculine figure, take what resonates, okay? Because there's 2 different messages coming out. The first message that's coming out is somebody is going to come to the realization that their intuition on a specific male figure in their life was on point. Boom. Okay, so if you're wondering, hey, are the intuitive thoughts that I'm getting about this certain masculine energy correct? Yes, it is correct. Your intuition is quite literally highlighting. The lantern is coming to mind and I'm getting crazy chills. Okay, so your intuition has been highlighting something to you. And if that's the case, you're being called to let go, right? Because with the Four of Cups, we have this person just basically, like, Four of Cups is so sad. They're in such depressed energy. They don't know what to do, right? They're like, it's like crying over spilled milk, but it still hurts, right? There's nothing wrong with it. You're just still in a place of knowing that something needs to change, but also a little bit of afraid of how that follow through is going to happen. And that's okay. If you're afraid of the follow through, this is your chance to ask your higher self, your guides, to come in and illuminate the way for you. Also to help you to release any attachments that you might have when it comes to fear of the follow through. Because what you don't realize is, even though these 3 cups, you see this person, he's like wallowing, he's looking at these cups, and cups represent emotion, okay? So this is unfulfilled emotion. So there could be a male figure in your life that is not fulfilling you. It could be the male aspect within yourself that is not being fulfilled, like your drive and your passion to go and do things, to actually get things done, okay? But now when we have the Four of Cups, right, a lot of us are too busy focused on the cups that are here on the physical plane, right? When you see the cups down on the floor, it's like what's actually in the physical reality, okay? But what's in the air, right, what they don't see, what's in spirit form, is a new opportunity of emotional fulfillment coming in to replace these cups. But this person, notice how the tree is kind of blocking, right? So essentially in this image, we want to visualize this as being up and behind the tree, so he can't really see it, right? Because when it comes to source, when it comes to spirit, when it comes to like higher heavenly realms, right, there's only so much that our physical eyes can actually see. Our physical eyes don't actually pick up, I want to say, like, what is it? 92 or 91% of energy, like our eyes can't actually look at, like, right? Because it's invisible to our eye spectrum, okay? So same thing, right? The person, you may not see that by letting go of what's on the floor already, what's spilt, what's no longer giving value to you, right? What's no longer giving you that passion for life, right? That passion for life is gone when it comes to this situation, and that's there on purpose, right? And it's partly because it's time for you to let this go, and that's okay. Like, that's totally okay. Don't be afraid of letting things go. Do not be afraid of letting things go, because when you let things go, you make space for new to enter. Think of yourself as almost a container, okay? And let's say your container, we'll make it the size of my face, okay? Let's say your container is only filled to about the size of my lips, right? So we're like a third of the way full. If we have a third of the way full, but then 2/3 open, okay, God, source, universe can then fill our container with things that make us happy. Yay, right? But if our container is full of things that make us, right, and we're just stuck in this, we have to empty. We have to pull it out. We have to surrender. We have to release. We have to ground, right? There's so many things that you have to do. Well, you don't have to. You can do them, right? There's so many ways to do this so that you can empty your container of all the things of your mind, right? We're going to empty and ground it, and then we're going to fill our container back up with all the things that God wants for us, right? What our higher self wants for us, what our spirit team wants for us, what your soul wants for you, right? But in order for us to even receive, we have to be okay with letting that go. And sometimes letting those things go are like the hardest part, because a lot of it's the fear of the unknown, right? If we've never done something before, we don't know what to expect, and that could be a little scary, but that's okay. And that's part of growth. And also, something that's a little scary, you have the ability to now transmute that energy from fear into power, right? You have the choice to say to yourself, I'm feeling a little funny about this, but I can actively change the way I'm thinking, perceiving, viewing, projecting the energy that's happening within my body. And if I do that, I can actually alchemize, transmute, transform it into something that works for me. You see the school bus going by? That's a lesson, okay? Also, the universe talks to you at every moment. You just have to be willing to listen. All right, so when we're allowing ourselves to continue to release, right? When you are surrendering, and a lot of things, what's being brought to my attention is the Hermit card, right? When the Hermit card comes out, what does this tell me? A hermit is somebody who has to actually go inward to find the light, right? A hermit goes into isolation mode. And the reason why they go into isolation mode is not because they hate the world, right? They're going into isolation mode because they're trying to isolate and understand what it is exactly is going on. Why am I having these feelings come up? Why does my body act this way when I think of this? Is there a reason for that? Where did this even start, right? Those are all the questions the hermit asks. And they ask because they seek within themselves, right? They will still use their outwardly experiences as a way to understand their internal world, but their most important focus is understanding what actually is igniting them. And when it ignites me, which form of igniting is it? Is it igniting me in a passion and purposeful way? Or is it igniting me in like a rage and furious and I want to break everything down way? Because that is a lesson too. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There could be an aspect in you that wants to tear it down because nothing has worked. So the only thing we can do is start from zero. And that's beautiful, because when you start from zero, you start fresh. You start from an open container. You start from a space of wonder and awe and almost, all right, God, let's see. Let's go. I don't know what to expect, but hey, I know you know more than I do. Let's go. Okay? Don't be afraid of that. I know it can be a little scary the first time, but I'm telling you right now, you have nothing to fear. You absolutely have nothing to fear. The only thing that you have to fear is fear, which is a false experience appearing real. Like, it's like, what? Like, when you think about it that way, you're like, wait, if it's a false experience appearing real, it's really not there because it's false. It just appears to be real. But why is it appearing to be real? Oh, because I'm giving it the power to be real. Oh, wait. So if I'm giving it the power to be real, I have the power to make it unreal. I have the power to make it go away. Amazing. Right? Amazing. But stuff like that doesn't happen unless we actually go inward and have that conversation with ourselves, right? When we're having certain thoughts of anxiety and even depression, have you ever paused and been like, wait, where is this even coming from? What part of me is this? Like, is this silly? Like, have you allowed yourself to laugh at yourself? Because that's, honestly, I feel the fastest way to make things go. When you start giggling at yourself and you can like, oh my God, I can't believe I literally thought that. What? Your whole body breathes. You get chills, like your body expands because you no longer are forcing yourself into this contractual state of stress. Okay? Okay, so my loves, the other way to look at this message, I know that was long. The other way to look at this message is to look at the driving force within yourself, right? The Emperor. So this is what makes us go. This is what makes us tick. This is like our deciding factor. This is when you're like, no, I'm doing this. That's the energy of the Emperor, okay? So the other message that's coming through, check out to see where it is that this power is coming from, okay? Where is this power coming from? And what's being brought to my attention is the light and the dark, okay? Because we're going to talk about that real quick, because there's no such thing as light and dark, but we're going to get there, okay? So now, we are going to check to see where is this power coming from. Is the power coming from a place of purpose, or is the power coming from a place of poverty, right? Are you doing this because you feel like your back's against the wall and you've got nothing else to do, so you're like, I'm just going to tear this down? Or are you coming from it from this heightened awareness of, I see that I have done everything that needs to be done. I see that I have said all the things that I could say. I have done all the deeds I could possibly do, but nothing else is changing, so that is why I'm gonna let this go. You see how the energy changes completely? You see how somebody who's deciding from that level of, you know what, no, I'm gonna let this go, that keeps their power fully intact. That also keeps them fully grounded in their experience, which allows for their experience to unfold in ways that they actually want because they're grounded in their knowing. Okay, that's the difference between walking on this planet as a master or a meek person. I couldn't figure out a quick fun thing to say after master. Either you're a master or you're meek, right? But now there's nothing wrong with being meek either, okay? Because from that you learn, okay? This is all a learning thing. We're all learning here, my loves, okay? And again, I'm being brought back to the black and the white. When I say there's no such thing as light or dark, there really isn't. When we reach into higher levels of consciousness, and I know right now on this plane of existence, we are experiencing duality. I understand that. I understand on this plane of existence, right, on the current level that this collective is at, we do experience duality. However, my loves, in higher realms, there is no duality. There's no light, there's no dark, it's just all one, okay? So, the next time you need some help pulling yourself out of any experiences that might be trying to keep you trapped, remember, all is one. All is one. All is one, all is one, and you are always in full control. You have the power. It is your mental body, your thoughts. It's your emotional body, the way you feel about it. And it's your physical body, the way that you speak on it, right? So you've got 3 power centers right there actively creating your reality. So how is it that you are going to step forward? That's really it is. Like, how are you going to step forward today? How are you going to show up? How are you going to show up for yourself first and foremost? Because that is the most important thing. How are you going to show up for God, right? How are you going to show up for others? First of all, if we can't show up for ourselves, we can't show up for others. If we can't show up for God, we can't show up for ourselves. Quite literally, okay? All right, so I'm going to see if there's anything that would like to come through. Okay, first off, they want to say bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. What does this represent? This is a balancing act, okay? View the infinity sign as... Where am I looking? Where am I looking for this? View the infinity sign as this. The 2 pillars, right? That even though those 2 pillars right? These are the two pillars in the infinity sign. Those two coins we're pretending right now. We're using our imagination, okay? Even though these two pillars are inside this infinity sign, and even though the two pillars may seem separate, that infinity loop is actually connecting them. So think about this. I don't know if you guys have heard of like dark matter and light matter, right? So in Bell Labs, they discovered like dark matter back in the day, and they realized that dark matter was the substrate that was holding everything together, right? And somebody with a lower level of consciousness, or somebody with not so great of understanding of light and dark, would think, oh, well, it's dark, it's bad. What? Just, no, that doesn't make sense. No. The dark just means there is an absence of light, right? But it doesn't make it bad just because there's no light there. Is that bad? No, that's nothing. Why are we judging it? There's no light there, right? But now, somebody with a higher level of consciousness, or somebody who is more open to understanding things like you are, if somebody approached you and was like, oh yes, there's light and there's dark matter, one might believe, oh, well, the light matter may be something that's visible and the dark matter may be something that's invisible. Kind of like how, let's see, what's a good example? I mean, okay, we could do that. So let's say when it's windy out, okay? If it's windy out, right? You don't see the wind. You don't see it. You don't see the wind, but you can feel the wind. Is the wind bad just because you can't see it? No. It's just the wind. It's just doing its thing. It's, you can see it when it blows through the trees. We're not like, oh my God, it's a bad wind. We can't see it. It's bad, right? That's almost the same thing. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's bad. Just because you can't see God doesn't mean God's not there. Just because you can't see the air that you breathe doesn't mean it's not there, right? Doesn't make it bad. It just is, right? Okay. All right. So final advice. I know this has been a super long reading. Thank you for everybody who is still with me. Oh, hold on. Background noise. Sorry, guys. They're starting to do some, lawn work, because about that time. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Let's see what final messages or advice wants to come through. You want me to take that? Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay. So the final advice that is coming through, Eight of Swords. Okay, what this is telling us, this final advice: allow anything that you think you may not know, right? Because there's a part of you that knows it, even though you think you don't know it. Right? Allow yourself to view anything that you think you do not know from a heightened awareness that you do know it already. You just have to allow yourself to receive the information, right? We have to allow ourselves to empty our container so that we can refill our container back up with the highest truth. We have to surrender what's in our container so that we can allow the greater aspects of ourselves to come forward. And when I say greater, I mean higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of energy healing, higher levels of perception, higher levels of intuition and gifts, okay? This is all possible for every single human on this planet. You and me, we are the same. The only difference is I allowed and I've worked and I've prayed. That's it. My focus has been on spirit and God, not this material world. That's just what it is, right? That's where I laid my importance at. I felt like, no, I think the things that we don't see are actually a little bit more important than the things we can see. That was just me, right? And that's okay if that's not you, but maybe this is an invitation for you to question all the things that are keeping you blinded, or all the things that are keeping you in this bound up fear-based state. It's just for you to see. It's just something to take the blindfold off of. That's all. Don't be afraid to rip the bandage off. It won't hurt. It won't hurt at all. Okay? All right, my loves. Thank you so much for today's reading. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys did enjoy it so much. Again, my name is Jennifer. Hi and bye. If you would like a one-on-one session with me, you can go ahead and reach out to me personally. I will never reach out to you because that's weird. I'm not a creep. We don't do that. We have respect for people's energy. At least good readers should.